Crash out, king, your reign is done. The empire's crumbling down. Flash fires lit the match. The fire spreading through the town. No more pity parties, no more crocodile tears. The reckoning is here, filled by all these wasted years. Crash out, king, your pockets bleed. Your image in the dirt. You built your castle on sand, and now it's getting hurt. So scream and rage and bend. It won't change what's been shown. Your lies are unraveling, your true colors have grown.
What is going on, guys? We are back for another DSP video, and DSP had a full week off as he put this on Twitter after his last streaming week. All due to unforeseen circumstances, I am unable to stream today. I have no estimate for when I'll be able to stream again, so please stay tuned for updates. I do hope to return as soon as possible, so stay tuned, and thanks for understanding. And a lot of people ran with theories. He was in Connecticut, his mom died, he was getting gangbanged by a bunch of dudes. Some people said IRS. Oh, we got astray so he couldn't stream. There was stuff all over the place, and even Duty took a picture of his front porch, which was a interesting choice. But this week has been crazy. It makes up for 2 weeks, as DSP is gonna go crazy about the detractors. He is serious now about suing them. He says he will take all their money, all the money they've ever made off of him. He will take their houses, he will take everything. However, if you want to avoid that, you now need a license fee, and we will get into that. There's a new rivalry as Billy Mitchell, yes, that Billy Mitchell, attacks DSP. We have DSP being very toxic and begging like crazy, even more than usual. However, it doesn't matter what was going on. It doesn't matter if his mom died, IRS, cat left, getting pounded by dudes. There is one constant in his life, and that is 24/7. It's always WWE Champions time. As you see, the streak continues for his login for WWE Champions. And then people noticed that some of the comments on Phil's videos were getting deleted. And of course, this was not Phil. This was his moderators, the unpaid interns that do free labor for him. And you know, DSP being the Pied Piper of retards, as soon as he put a stream up and said, I'm coming back on this day, the retards came and celebrated like the retards they are, including Stevester, who this whale is absolutely batshit crazy, and he's gonna whale out and be the majority of the YouTube support this week. And DSP puts this out Saturday, July 12th, full podcast at 11:15. GTA 4 with mods on PC at 1:15. That is right, 2 hours for a podcast. And then DSP appeared on screen wearing glasses, and he said he's wearing glasses today to look cool, because he looks cool. And now, DSP's gonna explain what happened. However, he's gonna be very vague and not actually tell you what happened. Then he's gonna start attacking the detractors.
This last week I wasn't here. It was not planned. There was no vacation. All right? This was something that came out of left field and I had to handle. And as you know, well, you may not know this, as you get older, more and more things start to happen that you can't control. And you just got to learn to adjust. Okay? You have to. And a lot of things are going to happen as you get older that you don't want to have to deal with or handle. You want, but you're going to have to. All right? I mean, you could just stick your head in the ground like an ostrich and pretend like the world doesn't exist, but eventually it's going to come back anyway to bite you, right? And it is what it is. So basically this last week was no picnic for me at all. It was probably one of the darkest, most emotionally wrenching times of my life. Okay? I had absolutely zero enjoyment. And, that's that. Now, I'm well aware that so many people on the internet stalk me. And again, because the only reason they have content is because they steal mine. If I'm not here, they go crazy trying to stalk me and figure out what I've been up to and where I am and all of that. I am pleased to say, very pleased to say they have absolutely no clue what I've been doing. Zero.
And of course, it did not take DSP long to get very toxic over Kick, who is not supporting him at this point. And this is the message DSP has for the Kick chat.
We got a bunch of thumbs down. Already people are complaining. I've been back for 12 minutes. 12 minutes, and people are already complaining on Kick. How about this? How about you kiss my fucking ass and stop being whiny bitches like you are and just sit back and shut the fuck up because you're on my stream, bitches. And I'm back, and I'm in large, and I'm in charge, and you can fucking deal with it. You can shut those thumbs down, and you can go like this, right up your fucking rectum. That's how much I care about you. You don't know what happened, fuck you. You don't know what happened, fuck you. Thank you for your $33. You get no ending. Oh, shame on you.
And of course, the reason they were thumbing down, because DSP refused to say what he did on his week off. And I also love how he said, I'm in large. The phrase is, I'm large and in charge. If anyone is enlarged, it's your wife. And of course, we had Jade, day one. Sup my ooses, miss y'all, so And despite the marathon being like 8 previous days, he still has every single thing from the marathon where he cleaned out his closet spread all over the floor like a nasty bastard. Now we're gonna have legal side Phil, who's gonna explain that when he was gone, nobody was making content, which is an absolute lie. And he's gonna say that is proof as evidence in court that people are stealing from him, and he's covered now, dude.
Like they just had nothing to do because I was not here. And that's the point I've been making. That in a court of law is the evidence you need to prove that someone is a thief and breaking the law. Because you understand that if they actually had content of their own, then they would have kept making it. But they didn't. They waited for me to come back to start stealing again. So in a court of law, I now have an actual week on record where their views are recorded, their content uploads behaviors recorded. I have everything I need. I'm good.
And now DSP is going to go absolutely batshit crazy. According to DSP, people are now watching the detractors and tracking them so that he can legally go after them. This is going to lead to DSP saying, if you want to restream me, you're going to have to pay a license fee. That is right, a DSP license fee.
Oh, and I will say one more thing before we move forward. As of today, officially, there are parties involved documenting all of that. Who's doing what, how often they're doing it, how much they're doing it, when they're doing it, what they're actually doing. Like, are you actually rebroadcasting me fully? Are you just clipping and editing and doing transformative work? All of that is being documented as of today, formally. I'm going to have everything I need in the future. So if you're out there and you think you've had the gravy train all this time and, oh, it's all been free and clear, as of today, I'm giving you official notice publicly. I'm sure this will be clipped. Everything is now being documented for the future. So I hope that if you're someone who actually steals my content illegally and benefits from it financially, that you have like a backup. Because pretty soon, everything you're doing is going to either come to an end or be mine and I'm going to own it. Okay? If you pay for your house right now, your mortgage, with money that you make because you steal my content every day, well, pretty soon you're not going to have that money anymore. And in fact, all the money that you've made is going to be mine. You understand? So I'm just saying, now might be a good time to like go get a job and get some job applications out there. Maybe go, sing some fries or maybe Uber driver or something, something like that. Now might be the time to dip your toe into the lake of something else because the days of milk and honey for you are coming to an end. Everything is now being recorded and you've gotten fair notice now, just so you know. So anyone else from this moment on who continues to do that behavior, that illegal behavior, you already knew that this was happening. You have no one to blame but yourself. I've given you fair public notice. Fair enough?
Of course, everything he said is absolutely wrong. You can't give a blanket notice to everyone. You can't do it in a YouTube video. You have to personally serve people. There's statutes of limitation, I think like 3 years for copyright. He doesn't even own the trademarks to his own name. And any lawyer on the planet will tell you the very first thing: stop saying anything, don't mention anything, just shut up. And of course, right after this, DSP's big plan. If you want to restream me, you're gonna have to purchase a license fee from me, DSP, which is gonna be monthly or yearly. And he suggested $100 a month and said he would set up an official way for people to sign up through like a website or something. Oh, and trust me, in the next day, we're gonna talk about this a little bit more. Then we have a bland polecat. As someone that's familiar with the law, this is not how it works. If Phil has an attorney gathering evidence, then they would advise him against a public warning. It would be a formally written cease and desist. He doesn't know what he's talking about, nor does he, in my opinion, have an attorney. And then DSP went off the rails about detractors yet again, and compared detractors to a cult drinking the Kool-Aid, which is ironic considering your community of dents and how they act towards you. Then we have Nerd Brew. Need permission to restream? You know who to call. Then we have Better Call Phil. And you can tell DSP is desperate for money, as he says he wants 7 goals, which is over $1,000, before gameplay ends on the first stream, so he can do DSP Tries It. And then, of course, talking with the FGC, he called himself an FGC veteran. Then Jade brought up that his birthday's coming up, and he said, DSP, can you sing happy birthday to me on my birthday? Because remember last year, DSP had his arm twisted by Top Tier Rated and forced DSP to sing to Jade on his birthday. And DSP said, I can probably wish you a happy birthday. And now remember, he wanted $1,000 before gameplay ended on the first stream. He is now saying he wants another $900 before the pre-stream ends. So before gameplay. And he's currently at $281. And then a quote from DSP on his day back. Thank you for welcoming me back with open arms, open hearts, and open wallets. And remember, he said, I want another $900 before the pre-stream ends. Well, now during the pre-stream, he says, if I can get $918 in support right now, we can do DSP Tries It. Now DSP's gonna rant yet again saying, if you want an explanation of why I was gone, get the fuck out, don't watch my stuff, I don't want you as a fan. Phil, your audience is already dwindling, attendance is down, and you're now actively telling people, get the fuck out. This is not very good, Phil.
Thank you guys so much for your support and your understanding. If you don't understand, then I urge you to move on. And I'm going to repeat what I just said. If you don't understand that someone who is an internet content creator has a right to privacy, a right to keep things private, a right to not be transparent about everything in their private life that has nothing to do with their content. If you don't understand that separation and that right, please move on and don't watch my content anymore. Okay? You're not welcome here. People who are obsessed and think they are crazily demanding of things, you're entitled to nothing. You get what I give you, and you like it, or you leave. That's it. That's not an unreasonable demand. Any normal person would say that makes sense. But if you can't get that in your head, if your head doesn't click and say, okay, that makes sense. That doesn't make sense to me. I'm entitled. Goodbye. I don't want you here. You're not entitled. You need to move on and get some help. Maybe there's other creators who like that kind of behavior. Not me. I have things to do and a life to live. And I have the right to having that life separate from all of you being weirdos and acting like that.
And throughout the day, every single comment was getting to DSP, but this one in particular made him snap because someone asked him, why is your head shaped like that? And he goes on to say, he's a normal human with a normal head, and then insults the guy.
Sober Sheldon on Kick says, why is my head shaped like that? Well, because I'm a normal human, so I have a normal human-shaped head. Yours is all deformed because your mom dropped you on your head about 14, 15 times when you were a baby. That's why your head looks like a squished eggplant and mine's normal.
And if you want any proof that DSP has no shame, someone says to DSP that he's mega begging, where he said he wanted an additional $900 on the pre-stream, and DSP responds and says, you must be new, I do this every day. And then DSP revealed some of his targets for suing, including memology, which means the clip channels are first. saying they are being watched and tracked. Then we have a picture of Phil here with a tray of food, which is before suing the detractors. And then an after pic of the tray being full of money. And look at that. Look at his welcome back chat. Full of Nightbot. MVP right there. And look at that, they're wailing out, we knew this would happen on the very first day. And then I put this out. I would love to see Discovery if DSP sues someone. DSP, they steal my content, dude, and I lose money because of it. The troll / detractor. Last year he made 40k more than the previous year, and he says he's making more money now. I really want to see the Discovery with DSP. And despite DSP saying this morning, if you want an explanation, if you're entitled, get the fuck out. I don't want you as a fan, you're not welcome here. He's now wondering why Kick Chat is going so slow, and says it usually goes fast, and no one is talking. And Phil, I've seen your Kick Chat. It moves like once every 2 minutes. Then in a moment that's absolutely funny, someone asked DSP on the night stream for the skinny of why he was gone. And DSP told him to watch the podcast because he explained everything on there. But there's one little problem with that, Phil. You didn't explain anything and told people if you want an explanation, go away, you're not welcome here. This alien must be studied for science. And DSP believes if he gets rid of the Restreamers, he'll have 2,000 live viewers daily. Phil, there is a reason people watch the Restreamers like Raw Phil rather than your own content. If Raw Phil went away, they would not watch you live on your channel. The chat, the environment of Raw Phil and others is what makes it more digestible. If they went to your stream and it was just raw you, they'd be gone within a second. Cause you want people to digest 8 hours of you, raw, unedited. People can barely stand 8 seconds of you, Phil. And of course, the night stream. He's complaining there's not enough support. And he's looking at people, calling people out, saying, there's a regular right there in Kick Chat, why are you not supporting? Even though he got over $500 on the first stream. Then we have Stevester. Nobody messes with my Philly Phil. Nobody. LOL, hi bros, and a bunch of emojis. Then of course, the rage came back because he's playing fighting games on the night stream. Let's see how well that went for DSP.
What? It lagged. Are you kidding me? Fuck this, yo. I'm tired of it. I'm tired of button mashing, winning. You're just mashing low, fierce, and lag, and you're mashing jab and lag. So mashing favors the scrub. Mashing favors the scrub. If all you're doing is this, die, it's gonna hit, die. That's not fighting game gameplay. That's retardation. Stop doing it. It works online because the fucking connection is ass. It doesn't work offline. You can't just go, die, and hit and fucking get combos. It doesn't work. You need to learn how to play the fucking game. Stop mashing buttons. It's actually starting to piss me off because this guy used to be good, but now he's just pressing buttons and lag. It's fucking ridiculous. Stop. What the fuck? What the fuck happened? What? The game rolled me backwards. I was under the super, and I wanted to go further this way. The game rolled me backwards into her fucking super that was missing and killed me. Get some support tonight. Everyone's renewing their membership, and I appreciate that, but that doesn't help the stream. All right, we need some super chats, some tips, some subs. Right now we have one contribution via Kick, which is Gabriel. No one else. We've had no actual memberships. I take that back. There was one actual membership tonight, much earlier. We've had like $5 of super chats. That's it. So, guys, I'm back. I was gone for a week. If you like the content, if you're back for it, please support it. Let's get support tonight, right now. I've got an hour left on this stream. I gotta hit the goal. All right, we got $100 to go because I haven't had any support in an hour. I'm not even kidding. I'm looking right here. There literally hasn't been any support for an hour. All right, the entire time I was playing. So let's get some support. He's fucking terrible. He got away with 1 million hits. I can't block online. It's trash. You're fucking Spider-Dan. You fucking suck shit. You're fucking playing like an asshole and you know it. I can't block that shit because the game fucking lags online. It's giving you advantage because you're mashing buttons, which works, but I can't fucking do anything about it. I can't interrupt your stupid mash kick with Joe. I can't stop the stupid instant air that it doesn't block. The game won't let you react online, so you're fucking basically being a little bitch about losing. You're being a little bitch. By the way, for the record, he never liked losing to me back in the day, which he did all the time in versus games too. He hated it. All right, so guys, we got time for like one more person. Are we gonna get any support? You know, I've been focusing on the game. I haven't been hanging out with you guys and talking that much, but we've been getting great support for classic fighters recently, and now all of a sudden tonight, it was Jax who basically did half of the support, and we're getting like nothing for anyone else. Like, what is going on? Let's get something. Let's get some super chats. Let's get some tips. Let's get some memberships, some subs. We got one sub all night. Let's get some support right now.
DSP declared, having Alfredo sauce is for weirdos. In his house, an Italian house, he uses only red sauce for pasta. Then we have this in chat from Stephen Kenny. Remember, when he wins, he earned it. When he loses, it's the game's fault. And you know what happened after that? Ban, 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 gone forever. And despite Tony Hawk games being arcade fun, DSP takes it very seriously, like Mario Kart. And he says he can't play Tony Hawk games because he can only play it once a week. And he needs time to learn how to play the game. You know what, Phil? It's almost like the game needs, I don't know, a tutorial. And look at that, almost 8 minutes of daily rap. Even though he gets over $500 on the first stream, he did not make the goal on the second stream and complained about not having momentum. And now, let's talk about Sunday. And we have Broside Phil, who asked ChatGPT, so take this with a grain of salt. Is Phil bluffing? And this is what ChatGPT said. Yes, almost certainly. Here's why. Vague claims. He doesn't cite a lawyer, a firm, a jurisdiction, or a law, e.g. DMCA, defamation statutes. No target specified. And it talked about cease and desist for individual people, not vagueness. Previous behavior, and it talks about how Phil has lied in the past with vague threats. Then talks about his "you're on notice now" and how there's no cease and desist, no legal document, no takedown request. Then another thing DSP said was his YouTube video was court evidence that everyone's on notice. And ChatGPT, courts require actual notice through proper channels. Defamation, formal cease and desist, copyright, DMCA, harassment, a police report or legal filing, and says a YouTube video with no address, no service, no legal counsel, and no process would never be accepted by court as valid notice. And then shows off this. Examples of third-party services that will document the detractors. And look at that. Look at the cost. Between $50 and $500, $100 to $1,000+ a month, $300 to $500 an hour, and $30 to $300 a month. And then yearly range up to $10,000+ for legal and PR grade evidence tracking. Makes you wonder, did he get like $10,000 from his mom and spend it already and absolutely lose it like the bitch that he is? And then realistically, he's probably just saving videos and screenshots himself or having someone do it for him. Most of these services are expensive and legally inadmissible unless professionally notarized and backed by forensic verification. And DSP, getting greedier and more desperate for money, says he wants momentum on every stream going forward and wants to hit the goal or more. But remember guys, it's not a streak, it's a goal, dude. Then he's starting to get really mad, more than usual, at Kick because they're not supported. And you can tell all the Kick whales are gone. The LARPers are mostly gone or banned. Kino audience is basically gone. It's just a matter of time before Kick gets turned off for DSP, and he'll blame someone else saying, I never wanted to do it. People made me go on Kick. And then remember, we talked about yesterday, DSP set up an official Restreaming license for his streams. Well now, DSP's taking it seriously, and he's now going to explain exactly how this is going to work.
I had a few people contact me via DMs and emails yesterday asking me, so what is the deal with obtaining a license to restream me officially? Now, I think that these people are not serious, and here's why. I got like 5 or 6 of these messages. Not a single person said, here's my YouTube channel, here's my Twitch channel, I do restream you regularly and I don't want to get into trouble. Instead, they were just like, so what's the deal with the license? You know, very professional. So what I'm going to do, I might do this shortly, actually set up an official way that people who are interested can contact me and pay me a fee to obtain a legal license to restream me for daily content. Then that way in the future, if and when I do exercise my right to have legal litigation against those who steal my content illegally on a daily basis, those people who purchased the license would be immune because they've been given permission to use my content. So I need to work on that because to be honest, I didn't think that anyone was going to care, but a bunch of people did contact me. But again, I don't think that they're real. I think they're just like, you know, people messing around because no one said, hey, so by the way, I am so-and-so, who you probably know. I'm one of your detractors and I restream your content daily. But actually, I think it's fair that I would pay you a fee to do it because I make a lot of money doing it. So what's the deal with that? Like, no one actually reached out to me like that. Instead, it was just like, hey, so how do I do it? Like, what? No. Because to be honest, to officially grant...
And then DSP goes on to say, if you want an official streaming license from DSP, you have to give him all your legal information, including your real first and last name, your address, and anything legal. And if anyone falls for this, you're one of the biggest dumbasses I've ever seen. Because A, it's against TOS to sell your stuff, your YouTube stuff, to somebody else so they can restream it. And 2, you can tell a mile away what he's doing here. He wants to gather everyone's information, his legal information, so he can just start suing people left and right. And what happens when someone says, you know what, I don't want to pay the monthly fee, the yearly fee, I'm not going to pay it anymore? Then all of a sudden, DSP has all your legal information, and he's doxed people in the past. And DSP believes that it's only 10 people that are making a living off of him on YouTube, and that's all they do in life for income. Newsflash for you, Phil. Majority of us that do detractor content on you have a 9 to 5, you know, the thing you're above. And we do this as a side project. And we actually go to work, we pay our bills, then we come home and we laugh at your dumbass. And then if you didn't think the delusion was high enough, DSP also believes with these restreaming license, he can make a couple thousands a month off restreamer fees. Because remember, he wants $100+ a month from each individual license fee. Phil, this is gonna backfire so much in your face. This could actually cost you your channel. Because what I said before, it's against TOS. To license YouTube content, even if it's your own, anything you upload to YouTube is YouTube's property. And they do not like it when you license something they own to somebody else for a fee, making money off of them. And Phil, you're playing with fire here. But you know what? I'm just gonna sit back and laugh. Because every single thing you do, Phil, blows up in your face. Because you're a huge baby back bitch. And DSP again saying that he has people checking if the detractor content is legal and keeping records of it. And if you're not doing that, you'll pay. And he said, down the line, if it's not legal, he's gonna sue you into oblivion and take everything. And if you want more delusions of grandeur, DSP has an endless supply of it. And this one is no exception.
Forsen says, to sue one of these guys, you're looking at $50,000 or more, and it's not worth it. Here's the thing, though, Forsen. There's a lot of them. If it was one person doing it, I would agree with you. I'd be like, yeah, you're right. Going after one guy, small potatoes. There's a lot of these people doing it, making money. All of that money is mine. You understand that? It's literally all mine because it's all my content that's being stolen illegally. I have a legal right to all of that content. I do. So if you add it all together, it's big money. It's big money and big prizes, let me tell you. Because sometimes you can win a ruling, you can just do a settlement. I would assume if I were to ever take this seriously and take it to court, these people do not want to go all the way. because I will own everything they've ever made. Every dollar they ever made restreaming my content, I will recoup. And then legal fees on top of that. They don't want that. So they're all going to settle. They're all going to hit me with nice, big, juicy settlements just to get this to stop so they don't have to bleed in court for years after years. They don't have a foot to stand on.
Now I'll say this, if DSP's mom really did die, and he spent like $10,000 of inheritance on suing the trolls, I feel so bad for his mom. Then again, one of the reasons DSP is the way he is today is because of her. But can you imagine? You're a mother. You try to raise this alien the best you can, comb his hair till he's 18, bring him on dates, and as soon as you die, he takes your money and absolutely wastes it on frivolous lawsuits. What a winner, L son. And DSP being delusional, which this right here could set him up for more legal IRS trouble and bankruptcy 2.0. He believes in the United States there is a big bill that passed, the no tips bill, and he believes that this covers him as a streamer, and he's going to talk to his tax guy. Newsflash for you, Phil. The no tax on tips is for service workers, you know, waiters, waitresses, hairstylists, things like that. Not 43-year-old man babies who cry like bitches over video games and chicken sandwiches. And then DSP goes on a rant about how successful he is and great he is. He's better than everyone else. He's above 9 to 5. And then he says this.
So really, we're not going to get a legit... By the way, we're up to 190 now, thank you. We're not going to get a legit sub today, are we? Wow. Can we get a sub by the end of the podcast over on Kick? A real one. Not a YouTuber coming to try to save your asses. Can we get one sub? This is ridiculous. Many of us are struggling financially, says Michelle Soguchi. So get a job! Usually, when you're struggling financially, is what you do is you seek employment. You go out and you do some work, and in exchange for the work, you receive financial compensation. Then you can spend said compensation on whatever you want, like a sub.
How ironic is that Darkside Phil is telling people to get a job, to fill out job applications, when he sits there and begs for money like a bitch. And we've gone to the point. Remember, there's no rock bottom, there's no bottom of the barrel. This barrel is bottomless. And DSP saying, get a job so you can get money so you can give me that money. Absolutely disgusting. And of course, DSP hates Kick because there's a bunch of LARPers, Kino Casino audience, and all the whales are pretty much gone from Kick except for Lance Catamaran and your future stepdad, who are basically the same person. And he's now gonna complain. You're not giving me enough money. Let's go. Get some subs now. What's going on? Why aren't you giving me money?
Alright, 184. We got some good momentum towards hitting 2 goals on this stream. Let's do it. Let's get, again, I have to draw my attention slightly to the right and direct my attention to the Kick chat and say, what's the deal? We have $184 to support and not a sub in sight. Not a sub in sight? That ain't right. No subs in sight, then things ain't right. Let's get some subs over on Kick this very moment, right now. Let's do it. Who's gonna be the first sub on Kick? Who's it gonna be? Right now, 1 sub on Kick. I'm gonna sit here with my arms folded like this until we get 1 single sub from Kick. I refuse. I absolutely refuse to do anything until we get 1 sub. Why is my shirt crooked? Until we get 1 sub on Kick, I'm not gonna do anything. In fact, you know what? My shirt, it really is crooked. Like, it's bothering me. What is going on with the shirt today? I don't know. Here's what I'm gonna do. Ready? I'm gonna sit back and I'm gonna relax. Take my feet up here. Alright? And go. Oh, it's relaxing actually. I put my legs up. Oh, this is nice. should do this more often. This is very comfortable. Wow. Excellent. Alright. Waiting for a singular sub. One sub is all it will take. And our usual routine. But we gotta get something going on Kick over here. I don't know what's going on. How many viewers do I have on Kick right now? Let's take a look. How many we got over there today? 83? We got 83 of you sitting there with your thumbs stuck up your buttholes? 83 viewers. Comparing to that, we have 231 YouTube viewers. So about 3 times as many on YouTube than on Kick, but they've got 100% of the support. The YouTube viewers deserve some love this morning. I want to say thank you to the YouTube viewers this morning. In fact, I'm going to give you applause. Thank you to YouTube for being nice to me, for supporting me, for liking the content, and for being here for me when I need you. You guys are awesome. Seriously, I actually legit appreciate that. All right, I do. Wait, what is this resub? Hold on a second here. What is this? This is. Hold on a second. What is this tomfoolery? All right, no, it actually is legit. Okay, I was gonna say I think someone popped their resub message and it wasn't gonna count. That actually is a legit sub. So thank you to Stevester. Wait a minute, Stevester, that's you from YouTube. It's Stevester YT from YouTube. Stevester, what are you doing? Stevester, you already super chatted twice. Why did you do that? So even when it looked like there was a redeeming moment for Kick, it was a YouTube guy. Come on, Kick, what's wrong with you? Are you kidding me? Oh no! A YouTuber had to come over to Kick to get Kick to stop being so embarrassed. Oh my.
And now DSP is gonna claim he's an entertainer. He's better than everyone else. He has the charisma, he has the talent, and he's even gonna say he's above working a 9-to-5 job. I wonder, Phil, how this could come back and bite you in the ass.
Begging for money while telling people to get a job is true art. What I do is called entertainment genius. I entertain an audience for free, but then I ask for compensation and I receive said compensation. It's work. And in fact, there is an art to it. There is. That's why not everyone can do it. Get it? That's why so many people try to do it and fail, because they don't have it. They don't have the charisma. They don't have the focus. They don't have the drive. They don't have the skill. They can't enunciate. They can't talk. They can't interact. They can't do it. If anyone could do it, why wouldn't everyone be doing it? Exactly. It's work. You need talent. You need skill. You need all those things to be successful, just like any other job. And the truth is, I don't have to answer to anyone. I don't have a boss that yells at me and says, me, but I'm doing things wrong. I'm my own boss. So I'm a step above people who have to work the 9-to-5. And by the way, I am not crapping on people who have to work the 9-to-5. I was there for a very long time, right? I had a job since I was 15 years old. I wasn't even legally able to be employed, and I had a job where I was getting paid under the table to make my own money so that I could pay for things myself. And I had a job since I was 15 all the way until I was laid off from my job at the helicopter company in 2010. And then I started work for myself. I started my own company. And now here I am, 15 years later, successful. This is not begging. This is called self-employment, you incredible moron. I have my own company that's legally registered. I pay taxes. I do everything like anyone who has their own company. Just because it's a business model you don't like because you're jealous doesn't mean that it's not a business. It just means you're a broke bum who's jealous that I'm successful and you're not. Look in the mirror. See that? That's the most jealous person on the planet, or else you wouldn't be in my chat typing like that. Now go get a fucking job and leave me alone. Holy shit.
Now the irony here is that later in the week, several times, DSP, who's so successful, is gonna beg people, where's the money? Why isn't it coming in? What's going on, guys? And even staying later just to hit his goal. But remember, guys, he's successful. Then someone asked DSP how long you're gonna be doing this online. And DSP said he'll be doing this in his 50s and 60s, and says he will stream until the day he dies. And we have Narcside Phil, who shows off that YouTube does not allow you to license your content behind a paywall unless you offer exclusive or premium content. And then if you have a license that's international, there's also different laws in each country, such as the GDPR in Europe for data privacy. Then we have Ray of Boom, who shows off Phil as the license officer. And if you're wondering how Death Stranding 2 is going for DSP, well, let's take a look and see how bad it is going for DSP.
In a surprise twist, you're gonna play the song, and all it is he has a microphone in front of his ass as he slaps his bare butt cheeks. That's his music. Yeah! I call this the Bongo Fiesta. All right, let's do this one. Antique record player. It's amazing how he gets covered in water, but there's no animation for water actually coming from the ceiling. Did you notice that? There's no drops. Where's the water coming from?
And as Steve of the Dead points out, you can literally see water splashing off of him from above. And of course, low support for Death Stranding 2. And you know what that means. When there's low support, extreme begging, dude. Give me money or this game is gone.
Guys, listen. We're in the home stretch. We got like 15, 20 minutes left. We're at 250. $50 to hit the goal. We are so close. I literally would be shocked that we don't hit this goal. Why wouldn't we? All of you are here enjoying. Someone support. Let's hit this goal. So we only have 3 more to go to do DSP tries it. Notably, let's get some support over on Kick. We've been none. None.
Thank you for your service. Proceeding to order confirmation.
And you heard that correctly. He's over $200 because of the pre-stream. And he's begging people what he calls low support because he hasn't hit $300 yet. Absolutely shameless. Oh, but he was not done there. He's still begging for that $300. And now he's going to try and guilt trip people into giving them $300 so he can eat fast food.
So unless we get a contribution right now, that's going to get us to the goal, we're not going to hit another goal. And I really can't believe it. Like, I'm going to be honest with everyone. I'm shocked. We've been here playing Death Stranding 2 for around 3 hours. It's been a good time. Great progress, good interactions. There's nothing wrong with the game. I think people enjoyed it. I have absolutely no idea why we're stuck with less than $50 to go and we're not hitting the goal. I just don't get it. Admittedly, I think what it is over there on Kick. Look, we have 0 contributions. We had a person who's a YouTuber who went over and joined on Kick as a subscriber because no one on Kick contributed today. And this is a big stream. Nothing from Kick at all. So I don't know what's going on over on Kick, honestly. No contributions is pretty bad for a full stream. Not even a single gifted sub on Kick. Gee, I wonder why we didn't hit this goal, right? My hair is all over the place today. It's probably because of the heat and everything. But anyway, all right, well, wow, just realized this turned on by itself. I had it off. Okay. Well, guys, it is what it is. It sucks. I really want to do DSP tries it either Monday or Tuesday. And we're getting close, but no, look, this is the second time. Like last night, we had $90, didn't hit the goal. Right now, we're at literally 252, and we're not going to hit the goal. That close is crazy. All right, guys, enjoy the break. I'll see you tonight. We didn't hit the goal. There's nothing I can do about it. See you tonight for Truck Sim. Peace out.
But remember, guys, he's successful. And he was just bragging in the same stream, on the pre-stream, about how he's better than everyone else. He's above a 9-to-5 job. I 100% would rather work a 9-to-5 job than begging like a bitch like you on stream, Phil. Then, of course, on the night stream, the very first thing he says, if Truck Sim is not supported, it's gone, dudes. And I put, good thing he bought the wheel, pedals, and shifter for it. Then I had a thought. If Linda Burnell did pass away, I wonder if DSP's dad will still send the QVC food on Thanksgiving and Christmas, and also the birthday money, which he gets $2,000 every year from his parents. Then DSP claimed he has a musical mind because he remembers a song from his childhood. No, you're just retarded. And you're never gonna believe this, guys. Another stream and still low support from Kick, and DSP is not having this. And now he's starting to get mad about this and pissed. You better pay up, dudes.
Some support besides Jalen's first super chat. Can we get a super sticker? Can we get a membership or two? Can we get a tip? And can we get our first sub of the night from Kick? Can we get one sub from someone over on Kick right now? For goodness sake, got nothing the entire first stream. The person who gave one was a YouTuber. Can we actually get one sub of legit support from Kick right now? And then we'll start.
And then it got really bad because Kick was still not supported. And now DSP has threatened to turn off Kick if people don't start supporting soon. And look at that, Iron Chef Sakai, but not in DSP's chat, King Cobra's chat. And DSP also declared that char marks on meat are for taste. Then DSP changed the GPS voice to a French accent. And then DSP goes on to say, oh, the British accent. I don't know how you can confuse a British and a French accent, just saying. Now remember guys, he's super successful and above everyone else, but he's getting low support, which means him being very toxic.
Luz Lucy says, why would we ask a question if 90% of the time you give a bad answer or you fence it to question? Well, Luz Lucy, let me ask you kind of your question with a question. Why would you be on the stream of someone who you don't like and you don't like the answers they give to questions, and you're on an interactive stream where the purpose is to talk with them and ask them questions? If you don't like, leave. Like, why are you here? If you don't like someone's personality or the answers they give them, why be on a whole stream where that's the purpose? The problem here isn't me, it's you.
All over now.
Jeez. Man, I really hate Justin Bieber music. Let me tune into Justin Bieber's private channel where all he does is play his music and then complain that it's bad.
Now, one of my favorite things from DSP is when he gets mad at people and tells them, leave, get out of here, you're not wanted here. But in the same stream, also later on, he goes, what's going on? Why is attendance down? Why is no one talking? I wonder why, Phil. I wonder why. And DSP is pocket watching himself. And he's looking at people who used to come around and are not around now that he's back. And he's calling people out specifically by name and wondering why they're not here, why they're not supporting. And every time DSP has a bad idea and people crap all over it, we'll hold that grudge till the end of time because he's a narcissist. His ideas are godlike. And nobody should ever talk crap about his ideas. And in this particular situation, he's gonna lash out yet again about the clone rejection.
I'm a petty bitch. No, I'm not a petty bitch. I just like torturing insignificant shitbags on the internet who think that they can actually like treat me poorly. No, you get nothing. You can go fuck yourself. And the thing is, I know that I'm digging into you every time I say that because you want it badly or you wouldn't keep asking for it. And I'm just never gonna give you what you want because you don't deserve it because you were a scumbag. So there you go. Deal with it. Like really, deal with reality. In reality, you don't just get everything you want, instant gratification, feel so entitled. No, in reality, you earn when you're given things. You understand? You're nice to someone, and then in reciprocation, they're nice back to you. Not someone is nice, has an idea, and you immediately just slam the idea. Fuck the idea. Oh, it's terrible. Fuck you. This is a terrible idea. Piece of shit. Worst idea ever. Even videos, they were actually titled Phil's Worst Idea Ever Cologne Reviews. That exists on YouTube. I'm not shitting you. Well, if it's my worst idea ever, why are people asking me for it on a daily basis? Exactly. So fuck off. You're not getting it.
You can tell his narcissism is out of control when he says, if you don't like my ideas, you're a scumbag. And then he wonders, oh, if it's such a bad idea, why do people bring it up constantly on the daily? I wonder, Phil, maybe they're trolling you? They're LARPers? But then again, he didn't know that Kino Casino was trolling him either. And support was still low on Kick. So now, not only has he threatened to turn off Kick, he's now telling people he's going to start banning people if people don't start supporting on Kick. And of course, DSP being the huge geography and history buff, he is now going to be ignorant and racist in a way that only DSP can be.
Vietnam used to be French. It was. People from Vietnam don't look French. Just saying. I used to have a a couple Vietnamese friends. One of my closest friends when I was in Street Fighter who lived in Connecticut was Vietnamese. And he definitely didn't look French. He didn't speak French. So I don't know what you're talking about. All right, let's go to cruise control. He didn't like giant croissants. He didn't shove big crusty bread in his mouth. He didn't like squishy, smelly cheese. And he did actually have well-kept armpits that did not smell. So he wasn't French. He didn't act French anyway.
Get ready to turn left.
Anyway.
Turn left.
And guys, remember how earlier he was saying he's super successful, he's above 9 to 5, everyone else are broke bums. And earlier, he had to have a talk about Death Stranding 2 and what he calls low support because he didn't get $300. He is now going to have another talk about American Truck Sim because guess what? Support is low again. Man, DSP is so successful, dude.
All right, so let's just chill, guys. Since we finished a little early and we don't have time, we'll hang out for like maybe 10-15 minutes. And guys, we're at 115 bucks. Let's hit the goal right now, please. Yeah, we can say we are at 57, right? 3 more to go. That'd be perfect because that would put us in position tomorrow. We hit 2 goals tomorrow and then 1 on Tuesday. We could do DSP tries. And like I told you guys, as long as we keep getting support for this game, I'll keep it in the rotation. But we have to hit the goals.
And you hear that right at the end? You better start supporting or this game is gone, dude. And he wouldn't leave. Massive overtime, 30 plus minutes, all to try and get $35. But remember guys, he's successful. He also said he has to buy more high-end eye drops because he's almost out. Then there was Lance Catamaran at the last second. Who would have guessed that? Coming in to save the day with a Whale Mary. And the daily wrap is all about money. And he said he was disappointed he didn't get $300 on the first stream. And he had to wait to get $30 to hit the goal on the night stream. What a scumbag. And now we get to Monday, where someone's going to attack DSP that's very unexpected. So we see Poems Past talking about DSP threatening to sue detractors. And who do you think replied to this? And it's Billy Mitchell with a crying and laughing emoji. And then Billy Mitchell puts this out, DSP will be sued. Then Billy puts this picture out of DSP disgustingly eating a burger. And then someone replies to Billy, you can't sue people for being retarded, LOL. Billy Mitchell, why not? Then we had Stutter and Craig replying to Billy Mitchell, what do you need to know about him? Then of course we got Phil as a dictator and a cop at the same time holding a gun. And then Billy put this out, DSP, you are a fat, poorly groomed, unintelligent, and dirt poor LOLCOW. At the very least, join LOLCOW Live. You will quickly gain a huge following and get rich. Everyone agrees. Then we had a LOLCOW Observer. Gonna buy some sauce to welcome you into the DSP Detractor Club. Billy Mitchell, enjoy 100. Then we have a courtroom sketch of Billy Mitchell interrogating DSP dressed up in his vest, dictator hat, and his Philomania shirt. Billy, so you're also called the King of Hate, is that correct? DSP, yeah, well, I used to go by that moniker, but I've changed a lot since then. So DSP finally got the fan leaderboards, basically for talking in chat, giving super chats, basically any meaningful interactions, and it shows the top fans for the stream. And what does DSP do? He makes it all about money. He can now track who is giving him money, who's not giving him money, and he can beg like a bitch because certain people are not giving him money.
I'm not sure. I mean, the only way we'll ever know is for all of you to keep doing larger super chats. So if someone does a $6, then a $10, then a $20, then a $50, then a $100, then a $200, then a $500, then a $1,000, then we can test those experience points and see how many you get. So let's test that right now. Didn't work. Oh well. Klein says he thinks 200 bucks will give 10,000 experience because he saw someone do it in a stream yesterday. What about $1 million bucks? Exactly. What about $1 million super chat? How many points would you get for that? Let's find out. Anyway.
And if you thought you've seen every weird spot on DSP's body, we got a new one for you. And this time, it's his elbow. Look at that. Look at that retarded elbow right there. And now DSP is demanding $450 by the end of the day stream so he can do DSP Tries It. He has been this week absolutely insane about begging, and hundreds of dollars he wants on stream. You can tell something is happening behind the scenes, and he needs that money. He really does. And now DSP is gonna go off on someone because someone asked him to play a horse dating simulator. And it's ironic because Philip is Latin for horse lover and, well, your fat wife. But let's see how toxic he gets towards these people.
$5 super chat. So now he is firmly in the #1 position on the leaderboard today on YouTube chat. What are your thoughts on Umamumusumamu? I can't stop playing it. I don't know what that is. What's Umamuzumumu? What is that? I'll have to look it up. I don't even know what that is. Here, let me see. Let's take a look. Uma Muzuma Hozabuma. Uma Muzumuma Pretty Derby. What the hell is this? What the hell is this shit? Translates to horse girl in Japanese. The term refers to the anthropomorphized characters in Uma Musumo Pretty Derby franchise who are depicted as young women with horse-like features, like ears and tails. What the fuck? This is bizarre shit. People are weird. So if you want to fuck a horse, play Umazuma Goobaduma. Now on your phones. Good for you. Jesus. Anyway. No, I did not read Animorphs growing up. That's not your style? Oh, I'm sorry. What do you fuck? Sheep over there? Save us GTA 6? Sheep or maybe cows? What do you fuck? Weirdos. No, this is like a viral weirdo meme. It really is. Like, the game actually has gone viral and apparently is weirdly popular. Fucking bizarre shit. Bestiality. It's what Sonic's all about these days. So maybe Sonic, there you go. Maybe Sonic the Hedgehog loves the game. Maybe he's playing it nonstop.
I do want to point out, he said, I've never heard of this game. Let me look it up. And then said afterwards, this game's gone viral. It's weird. So how do you know it went viral if you never heard of it before? And you knew this was coming. Eventually, he's gonna beg like a bitch because he had a week off. And now he's telling people, especially on Kick, he needs support to make up for his week off. And of course, DSP goes on another rant about Twitch and how they misused him, abused him, kicked him out of the partner program for no reason, but then says there is a reason, but now says the reason they wanted to kick him off and other LOLCOWs is because they're leftist weirdos. That is right, guys. DSP has a theory that the leftist people are trying to get rid of him, when in reality, it's all people are trying to get rid of him.
Why did I leave Twitch? There's two main reasons why I left Twitch. After streaming on Twitch for 5 years, Twitch overnight, without any warning, removed my partner status. When I asked them why, because they gave me no reason when they did, they responded claiming that I had used hateful speech. When I said, what hateful speech are you talking about? Because I'm not a racist and I don't use hate speech. They said they don't have to tell me, but I'm welcome to reapply in a year to get my partnership back. To which I said, what's the point? If you don't tell me what I do wrong, I could never improve my conduct. Therefore, there's no reason for me to ever reapply because I could just easily be making the same mistake. And you're too ignorant to know that, apparently. That's ridiculous. So for about another year, another month, I wanted to say, I completely misspoke. I did keep streaming on Twitch to see if I could make a living just on tips. Then they suspended my stream telling me that I said the N-word, which I didn't. So I told them, no, I didn't. And then they said, oh, our mistake, and unsuspended my stream. And that was the straw that broke the camel's back. Number one, you tell me I do something wrong. I ask you what I did wrong and to provide evidence so I don't do it again. And you tell me you don't have to. Yes, you do. In reality, if I sued Twitch, I would have won that case because you can't back out of a contract without evidence that someone did something that violated the contract. Or else every single contract on Earth would be null and void whenever someone just said, I don't want to do it anymore. So it's bullshit. I could have sued them. I would have won. I would have got my partnership back. I would have got lost revenue. I would have got it all. But there was no point because it would have taken years. Okay? That's number one. But number two, the fact that they over there have such bad moderation that on a whim, on someone just false flagging you, saying you did something you didn't do, that they will suspend your entire business until you clap back and say, no, I didn't prove it. And then, oh, you're right, you didn't. I'm not going to work there. That is insanely unprofessional. Insanely. All right? So I have been streaming on YouTube now for over 4 years. I've never had a single issue like that. I have been streaming on Kick since the fall. I haven't had a single issue on Kick whatsoever. So why is it I can stream on YouTube and Kick with no problems, but only on Twitch there's an issue? It sounds like the issue's not with me. It sounds like the issue's with their fucked up business and the fact that they have fake ass moderators that are volunteers that are fucking pimple-faced nerds and kids that don't know what the fuck they're doing, and the fact that they're completely unprofessional. I don't want to work with Twitch because Twitch is a shitty place to be. They have absolutely bad attitudes towards certain kinds of content, which makes no sense. They actually promote bad actors and let them get all of the attention and favoritism while others get treated like dirt. They can kiss my fucking ass. I'm never going back to Twitch. Oh, by the way, and this is something that I absolutely need to emphasize. You ready for this? Twitch pays less than anyone else. By a lot. Twitch pays you less to stream on there than any other streaming service. You get less of a cut than YouTube, less of a cut than Kick, less of a cut than Rumble. So why the fuck are you streaming there unless you're an idiot? No, I mean it. Why would you be streaming on Twitch unless you're a moron when you always get paid more elsewhere? There's literally not one logical fucking reason to stream on Twitch. Not one. No one can actually justify streaming on Twitch besides saying, oh, it's the best place for discoverability. It's the fucking worst place for discoverability. More people are streaming on Twitch than anywhere else, so how the fuck are you going to get discovered, you stupid idiot? That makes no sense at all. Do you want to know who likes streaming on Twitch? Liberal lefties! Because Twitch is run by liberal lefties who protect liberal lefties. So if you like acting like a weirdo, dyeing your hair and dressing up and pretending and being a fucking just degenerate, go to Twitch. They'll protect you. Outside of that, if you're a normal fucking human, go anywhere else and they'll pay you more money. There you go. Twitch is the future for gamers. All right? I hate to say it. I know a lot of people have been saying it, but a lot of people are denying it as well. No, YouTube is over. YouTube had its time in the sun, and because of the terrible management that work at the company, they have run themselves into the ground. And no one is going to be looking at YouTube as any kind of a viable business venture or a way that you can go and do anything creative. Because just think about it. Oh man, I'm a singer and I want to get my stuff out there. And you sing a song on YouTube, content ID matched, muted because you sang lyrics from someone else or something, right? It's like, what? But that's what the website is now. It's just business oriented, only really catering now to big corporations. So who's going to use it? And it's going to gradually just keep, it's going to fall apart at the seams. It's going to become a commercial thing where it's going to be like YouTube Red. That's the one thing what people have been saying. YouTube Red is going to be the only way to even use the site anymore.
And then DSP got wailed out on the pre-stream. And what does he do right after that? He then begs for 2 more goals by the end of the day stream. That is right. $450. And now DSP is gonna be told by a viewer that he's ungrateful for when people support him because he keeps asking for more and more goals. And of course, DSP does what DSP does. He's gonna be toxic, and you wonder why, Phil. All your supporters are leaving and your numbers are going down.
Jinwoo says, you sound ungrateful when you hit a goal and you immediately ask for more. Spoken like a true loser. Exactly. Spoken like a true loser. Because no one here cares besides you because you're jealous. That's the truth. You're the only one who gives a shit. All right.
And let's be honest here, all the begging, it turns people off. Even if they weren't turned off by your gameplay, by your pre-stream, the fact that you're constantly begging like a bitch over and over drives people away. But that doesn't matter to you, as long as the goal is hit. And you are risking long-term support for instant gratification in the short time. And then we have Stevester, who's the whale of the week. Have a good one. Some of you shake my head. I'm done treating the government like they are real. I'll do something someday. I think he's talking about like a mass shooting. If it wasn't for my cousin showing me DSPGAMING, which is spelled incredibly wrong, channel 15 years ago, I wouldn't be having these crazy drama people in my life for no good reason, possibly. Like all you people is mind games, with mind spelled wrong. But you always act like you're real. How the fuck? Simulation. Like these people are being threatened in the first place, leaking my address and people I care about. But they can never say the truth and always want me to treat you like you're real. Then we have Clyde. Steve crashing out on us because of a few trolls. Steve. Mostly just cowards in this world, evil people. And of course, DSP had to respond to this because he saw his cash cow absolutely losing his batshit mind in the chat.
Stevester, I'm just going to say this because Stevester's having kind of an issue in chat. Basically, here's what's happened is Stevester has been coming by my streams in the last couple of months and being very supportive, and I appreciate that. What's happened is now people have latched on to him and are trying to harass him on his channel and stuff. Stevester, it's this simple. I'm just going to make it as abundantly clear as possible. The less attention you give it, the sooner it just stops. Because the only reason that anyone is going to keep bothering you is because you're giving it attention. I'm serious. That's exactly what people want. They want to see you talking about it in chat. So just don't mention it. Don't bring it up. Ignore it. Move on. And you'll be fine. But I've already told you this. And there's nothing really else I can do. I'm sorry. You don't deserve harassment for supporting me. But at the same time, it's a direct kind of cause and effect deal. If you just stop bothering with it and just ignore it, you'll be fine. Okay? By the way, everyone has been affected. Anyone who's ever supported me, my moderating team, friends of the stream, people I play games with, they all get this similar harassment online. It's not a new thing. We've all been through it. It sucks ass, but all you can do is ignore it. Okay.
Then DSP made the goal for blueprints, or did he? And he declares there's gonna be another stream of blueprints. And as Gout points out, DSP thinks he made $20 during his blueprints gameplay. Nope, it's worse than that. You made $12 after the podcast break. $163 came during the podcast. And DSP in the night stream, playing both sides, says he is not destitute, but he needs more people on Kick to support because he could really use it because he missed a whole week without pay. That is right. The second time today, he's telling people, give me money because I didn't work last week. Imagine going to your boss at your job, your 9 to 5 that DSP is above, and going, well, I didn't work last week. Can you just pay me for it anyways? He will look at you in the face and go, are you fucking crazy? Then we have people bringing up Billy Mitchell. We have DePhil's advocate. DSP, have you seen Billy Mitchell is tweeting about you? It's really strange. I had to check if it's the real Billy Mitchell from the documentary where he cheated at Donkey Kong. And then DSP being the big brain and knowing about gaming and PC, he doesn't understand why third-party controllers work on some games and not others. I wonder why, Phil. I wonder why. Then we have Hero of Canton with $5 super chat. Just thought I would give the world's greediest streamer some money. Well, you're probably the world's dumbest retard ever. And of course, this whole week he's gonna be talking about this and ranting about how detractors are stealing his content live. And even says, even if there's commentary over it, it's still stealing. It's not fair use. which the whole thing about commentary over top of something makes it transformative and makes it fair use. But of course, DSP is always correct. He did nothing wrong, he did everything correct. And DSP was pissed because Minecraft was not bringing in the bucks. And he said he doesn't want to sit around bullshitting trying to get money. If you don't support Minecraft tonight, it's gone. Banned in an instant. And the money still not coming in after that huge inspirational speech he just gave. And he's gonna try and guilt trip people. Give me money, come on, you want to see this game continue. It'd be a shame if this game went out of the rotation. Holding the game hostage for money.
I'll be honest, the last few times we've been playing Minecraft, we've had nights like tonight where we're halfway through. I only made like 50 bucks and I'm like, hey guys, can we do it? And I gotta keep talking and nagging and bringing it up. And then we hit it at the end. All right? But here's the thing. We haven't seen Lance Catamaran all week. Did you notice? I've been back since Saturday. It's Monday. He's not here yet. Maybe he's never coming back. All right? Seems like those big bombs of support that we were getting over on Kick are gone. They're just, it's dwindled and it sucks. Listen, I didn't want to go away for a week. I didn't. But it's light. I had to handle some shit, some personal stuff. All right? So the momentum was stifled against my will. I very well would have been here the last week if I could have. All right? So, truth be told, if the situation is that Minecraft isn't really warranting interest anymore, then we could do other stuff that you guys want and will actually come and support. So, right now, I want to know, in the next hour, do you want Minecraft to continue? If you want Minecraft to continue, support the stream. Get some subs. Let's get a tip bigger than $2 stinking. Let's get some super chats. Let's get everything going. We even have a new system, the top fan system in place on YouTube, where you can compete for top spot. It's been sitting there for an hour and no one's done a super chat. So let's get support. If we don't get support tonight and we don't hit the goal, we're not going to do Minecraft anymore. All right? Just being honest, I don't like sitting around and having to do this. Come on, let's do it. Let's hit the goal. I just want to play the game. Instead of playing the game, I'm sitting here bullshitting. I don't like that. We have more important things to do. But I also have to make a living while I'm working. You understand?
And the money was still not coming in. And he gets pissed so much. And there's an hour left. Will we get a Whale Mary? And he's gonna tell people, stop dragging your feet, give me money, let's go, what's going on? And I love how in the previous clip he said, just give me money so I can just play the game. Instant gratification.
We have an hour left. We're at 53 bucks. In an hour, can we hit 150? Of course we can. And we are going to hit it because tomorrow is DSP Tries It. We want to do DSP Tries It, the Super Chicks chicken sandwiches, and the custard, and the sides, like the fried pickles, I think. We're going to do all that tomorrow. But we got to hit a goal tonight and tomorrow. And another thing, I've been doing Minecraft now for, what, about 2 months? And I told you guys, actually more than 2 months, huh? It's been a while now. And I told you guys I would keep it in the rotation if people show up, engage, and support. Okay? Have you shown up tonight? We have 180 viewers on YouTube. For some bizarre reason, we have over 100 viewers on Kick. Don't ask me why. That's bizarre. We never get that many viewers on Kick for Minecraft. Okay, so you showed up, kind of, but it's not great attendance. Have you engaged? I would say yes. I would say you guys are engaged. I would say that we're talking, we're chilling, we're having some conversation when I do this stuff, and time is flying. But have you supported? Now, this is the thing. This is the third factor. And the thing is, right now, people want me to play 1,000,000 games. People are mad that I'm not playing Tony Hawk. People are upset that I've already told you I'm not going to be playing RoboCop this coming Thursday, Friday, because I don't want to have too many new games here in the rotation at the same time, correct? People keep asking me constantly, are you going to play this game? Are you going to play that game? I'm like, I can't. We're juggling too much right now. All right? So because I'm juggling so much, I'm trying to maintain the level of games that you guys want and the level of variety. I think that Minecraft worked really well when we brought it back months ago. I'll be honest. The last few times we've been playing Minecraft, we've had nights like tonight where we're halfway through. I only made like 50 bucks and I'm like, hey guys, can we do it? And I got to keep talking and nagging and bringing it up. And then we hit it at the end. All right? But here's the thing. We haven't seen Lance Catamaran all week. Did you notice? I've been back since Saturday. It's Monday. He's not here yet. Maybe he's never coming back. All right? Seems like those big bombs of support that we were getting over on Kick are gone. They're just, it's dwindled and it sucks. Listen, I didn't want to go away for a week. I didn't, but it's life. I had to handle some shit, some personal stuff. All right? So the momentum was stifled against my will. I very well would have been here the last week if I could have. All right? So, truth be told, if the situation is that Minecraft isn't really warranting interest anymore, then we could do other stuff that you guys want and will actually come and support. So, right now, I want to know, in the next hour, do you want Minecraft to continue? If you want Minecraft to continue, support the stream. Get some subs. Let's get a tip bigger than $2 stinking. Let's get some super chats. Let's get everything going. We even have a new system, the top fan system in place on YouTube, where you can compete for top spot. It's been sitting there for an hour, and no one's done a super chat. So, let's get support. If we don't get support tonight and we don't hit the goal, we're not going to do Minecraft anymore. All right? Just being honest, I don't like sitting around and having to do this. Come on, let's do it. Let's hit the goal. I just want to play the game. Instead of playing the game, I'm sitting here bullshitting. I don't like that. We have more important things to do. But I also have to make a living while I'm working. You understand? So, let's see what happens in the next hour. If you want Minecraft to continue, please support the stream. You can name something for $20. You can name a creature. You can name the new rod. You can name this treehouse we're building. You can literally name it, and I'll put a sign down and say, name it, whatever you want to name it, for $20. For goodness sakes, it's not that I'm not giving incentive. All right? Okay, let's see how it goes in the next hour, or if this is it for Minecraft. I guess we're about to find out.
And we can officially say Lego Knight has been wage quit, because he says it won't come back unless there's a reason, aka money. And now DSP's gonna say he's not lonely. He's too busy to be lonely. And he has his cat and his wife. So there's no way, dude, he could ever be lonely.
How do I deal with loneliness? I don't really have loneliness anymore. Why? Because I'm married and I have a family and I have a cat and you know, I'm with my wife all the time. I'm just not lonely anymore. I'm not. I was lonely when I was younger. And, you know, I would try to occupy myself with other things so that I wasn't, you know, constantly thinking about being alone. There was a time in my life when I was depressed because I was lonely. But, well, that was part of it. But I don't really deal with it anymore. I kind of got old enough that I don't have time to be lonely. I'm so surrounded with things to do that would need my attention and think, you know what I mean? That there's no way I could possibly be lonely in a single day.
And then DSP got very quiet over this comment. Can I name anything for $20? Can I name a gravestone for my mom? Passed away recently and would love to do it as a memorial. Then we have this from Nasty Soda. Your wife will leave you. Prepare yourself mentally and financially. And would you look at that? 30 minutes of overtime, and who shows up? The guy who was complaining was not there anymore. The guy that he said was no longer here, Lance Catamaran, comes in and gives him 15 subs, which is exactly what he needed to hit the goal. Funny how that works out. And the daily wrap was all about money and food, and how you didn't give him enough money. Even though he got over $300 today, you did not give him enough, and he needs you to start supporting more. And then we have Tuesday. If you're wondering where all this Billy Mitchell stuff is going, and what's the point of this, Billy Mitchell, remember, said DSP go on LOLCOW live. Well, look at this. Billy Mitchell is teaming up with Keemstar on a hot sauce. So is Keemstar using Billy Mitchell to get DSP on LOLCOW live? And then it looks like DSP is already starting to drop the whole Restreamer license thing. Because a Dolphin, this is a person who supports DSP, asked DSP about the detractor license and the fee, and DSP said to the Dolphin, the paying Dolphin, it's none of your business, don't worry about it, don't ask me about it. He dropped this faster than King Snake, like the 666 podcast, straight out of fucking hell. And then look at this. Remember, DSP does not waste people's time. 30 minutes in, and he's gone to the washroom during his pre-stream. But remember, other people don't value your time like DSP. Then of course, there is only 3 people that are supporting it on Kick right now, and possibly it's just one person under 3 different accounts. Squirt Rocks, Lance Cadmoran, and your future stepdad. And your future stepdad is here, and he gifted a sub to Grape Ride. That's your audience, Phil. That right there is your audience. Now it's really funny how DSP will talk about suing the detractors, calling them out by name. He will sue anyone and anything. However, when it comes to Billy Mitchell, he will not even say his name, because he knows if he says the wrong thing, Billy Mitchell will sue him and win.
First contribution of the day. A $2 tip has arrived. No, everyone, please, we can stop with the nonsense, all right? I said it yesterday, I'll say it again. No drama. Once again, and this happens every once in a while. Every once in a while, someone says, oh, Darkside Phil, I'm going to invoke the name of Darkside Phil in a dramatic way. I'm going to try to get his attention so he'll name drop me and talk about me in his content so that I can get attention. I don't play that game anymore. So I don't give a crap who's name dropping me, who's trying to create drama. I ignore it. All right? So I know yesterday people on a stream were telling me about it. Now someone just tipped me too, but I don't care. I don't give a shit. I'm so far above this nonsense. It had nothing to do with it. I don't care. Go ahead and invoke my name as much as you want. You'll be talking to yourself. You're in an echo chamber yelling at the wall to yourself. No one gives a shit about you. That's for sure.
Then someone asked DSP, if you expect to do DSP Tries It every week, why don't you just order it without actually being paid $1,500 for it? And of course, DSP does what he does best. He twists and spins things, misinterprets what he's saying, and answers his own question in his own head.
And they said, you like to do DSP Tries It on Mondays or Tuesdays because of your wife's work schedule. My question is, why don't you order something anyway? That way she doesn't have to cook. Thank you. Because number one, we don't want to order out every day. Ordering out every day is unhealthy. Even if you order out every day healthier stuff, it's not as good as a home-cooked meal. You know, we eat certain things in our diet, like a lot of chicken, a lot of turkey, things like that are lean meats so that we don't get fat and unhealthy. You know, I'm in middle age. I shouldn't be eating that stuff every day. Pretty common sense. It just makes sense that if the one time a week I'm going to order out, if it aligns with a day that my wife doesn't have to cook because she's coming home from work, she's tired, it all works out perfectly.
And now DSP's going to complain that he hit the goal on the last stream. However, people waited too long to give him money. He wants that money right away, and he shouldn't have to wait till last minute to get your money.
Save the day last minute. And I really feel like Lance Catamaran is one of them, but there's a few people who do this. Like, they wait on purpose. They literally wait till the absolute positive last minute to contribute. Probably because, number one, they want to see if others will contribute. So if they're going to hit that goal, they don't have to do as much. But also, they like feeling like they're the hero. They come in at the last minute to save the day and hit the goal. Or else, why not just do it earlier, right?
And this statement from DSP tells you a lot about his business model and how successful he is. DSP says he has to have DSP Tries It as goals because it's the only thing that works consistently. And then look at the leaderboards. You notice that in top 5, Nightbot. Nightbot is your top 5 fan, Phil. That is absolutely pathetic. If you want to see how DSP's GTA 4 playthrough is going, well, here you go.
Shitty dicks.
Now, a month ago, when Darziak left and eventually came back, he clued everyone in on DSP Throwback. And it was all him. It was one person, Darziak, doing every single thing except titling the video and uploading it.
So, basically, we kind of ran out of desire to do it so often. And we all kind of collectively agreed in December we go on hiatus. So what happened is, we stopped doing the throwback streams in December. We said, hey, well, we want to bring them back, we will. And the person who was my editor, who was doing all the videos for me on that channel, basically resigned, said I can't do it anymore. I was paying them to do it, but, they stepped down. So I was like, well, we kind of did what the channel wanted to do. Now it's there as an archive. You can watch those playthroughs that have been missing. Will I eventually go back to doing throwback streams? It's possible, but there really hasn't been a desire for them. people have said more that they wanted other stuff, and so we've been doing a hell of a lot of gaming. Oh, here we go.
I want to point out as well, the last playthrough he put up on DSP Throwback is not even finished yet. However, according to Phil, it's over, all the playthroughs up. Make that make sense. And DSP got his chicken burger, and we got more faces like this, and like this, where DSP, for some reason, put the burger over top of his head and ate it sideways like an alien. Then we have Meowblock, who does an outline, removing the burger and the tray. And I put this out. It looks like he's sucking a dick and cupping the balls. If you want to see how bad DSP's body is, AI now thinks DSP's body is Ricky Berwick. That is sad for so many reasons, Phil. And now DSP's gonna complain that his food was soggy. Imagine that, a breaded, deep fried food in a plastic box, ordered by DoorDash, and it's soggy. Man, this guy has big brain energy.
Honestly, what do I think of the fried pickles? They're okay. The breading is very flavorful. It's not bland at all. Has a crispiness to it. And a seasoning. I don't know what it is. It's not spicy or anything. But the breading has good flavor. The problem is, they're very soggy. They're not crisp or crunchy. They're very soggy pickles. Now, I don't know if they would have been like this if it wasn't delivered. Maybe if it was fresh, they would have had a crisp crunch to them like a pickle does. They're completely soggy. And also, just to show you, they're not even thick cut pickle chips. They're very thin.
Then DSP puts out this thumbnail, where his DSP tries it. Absolutely disgusting. The one on the right looks like he's playing with his own cum. And then we have King Ferbs, who banned somebody because they accused King Ferbs of paying DSP. Let's see how DSP started off the late stream.
Oops, I left the effects on. How you guys doing? Don't worry, my house isn't actually on fire. I accidentally left that on. How y'all doing tonight? Welcome to the late stream.
Then DSP played Mario Kart, and we had names such as DSP Dead Mom, DSP X DERICH, Linda Dead, Rip Linda, and Piggy. And even DSP Dead Mom is beating DSP. Now I hope you're ready to see DSP fail yet again in Mario Kart, a kid's game. It's an endless supply of salt and rage.
There's only one reason. Everyone got better items. Someone had a growth item, someone had a bullet bill. It's fucking bullshit. Yeah, why play it? I'm actually getting so frustrated with this game, there's no point in playing it anymore. Every single time you're doing well, the game just gives everyone else insane items. Now, we got a half an hour left. We are still at what, 77 bucks? No one has contributed in 40 minutes. We have no memberships tonight. We only have one sub. We did have a good amount of super chats. We had a couple tips. It would be great to get more support. If we do hit the goal tonight, I will keep this in the rotation. If we don't hit the goal tonight, then that's curtains for Mario Kart, and we'll move on and do other stuff at night. Nothing I could do. Literally nothing I can do, just non-stop nonsense. I get to first place, and an item that's not there hits me, and I'm in 7th. It's just crappy. You can see the connection was bad. You can tell the matches where the connection is awful and it's not. And if you guys aren't aware, this game's player base has fallen off monstrously in the month and a half that it's been out. Almost no one plays this anymore. Most people are collectively saying this is the worst Mario Kart ever made. And basically because of that, when you try to play it, it's very hard to get good matches now. The game, again, it looks like it's smooth, but it's legit not. It's legitimately lagging constantly, and you can't tell because the way Nintendo designed the game. So it's terrible. It's not legit at all. Like, I'm not fucking being hit. How did I get to first place by flying over everyone with a golden mushroom, but then I instantly get hit by an item? There's no way the item could have targeted me. I just landed. So it's complete bullshit. Again, the lag is so fucking bad, but you can't see it because they've masked it with the way they programmed the game. So sad. How the mighty have fallen, you know. This game should have been insanely good, and Nintendo just didn't give a fuck. They just pumped out a piece of crap, man. It really is. Like, the graphics are good, the music is great, it's nostalgia bait, but the fucking gameplay is awful, and everyone quit it. Everyone quit the game within a month. So bad. Of course, I get the first. Immediately, random item hits me out of nowhere. No way it could have even been aimed for me, but it hits me anyway. Great fucking gameplay. Nothing I could do. Literally nothing I could do, just non-stop nonsense. I get to first place, and an item that's not there hits me, and I'm in 7th. It's just crappy. You can see the connection was bad. You can tell the matches where the connection is awful and it's not. And if you guys aren't aware, this game's player base has fallen off monstrously in the month and a half that it's been out. Almost no one plays this anymore. Most people are collectively saying this is the worst Mario Kart ever made. And basically because of that, when you try to play it, it's very hard to get good matches now. The game, again, it looks like it's smooth, but it's legit not. It's legitimately lagging constantly, and you can't tell because the way Nintendo designed the game. So it's terrible. It's not legit at all. Like, I'm not fucking being hit. How did I get to first place by flying over everyone with a golden mushroom, but then I instantly get hit by an item? There's no way the item could have targeted me. I just landed. So it's complete bullshit. Again, the lag is so fucking bad, but you can't see it because they've masked it with the way they programmed the game. So sad. How the mighty have fallen, you know. This game should have been insanely good, and Nintendo just didn't give a fuck. They just pumped out a piece of crap, man. It really is. Like, the graphics are good, the music is great, it's nostalgia bait, but the fucking gameplay is awful, and everyone quit it. Everyone quit the game within a month. So bad. Hell yeah. Wow, I can't control myself. I seriously can't, like... Mushroom, right to first place. Nothing you can do about it. Really. It's less about driving well and more about banking items and getting lucky. And I don't like that. It's supposed to be a driving game, a competitive racing game, and it plays so uncompetitively, and it's very abusive. Very abusable game.
And apparently one of the trolls that got in was PPP, under the name PPP1. And guess what, guys? He actually beat Phil and won. Phil loses yet again to the casino. And a quote from DSP while playing Mario Kart: "I'm playing as expertly as I can. What do you want me to do?" And you know DSP is a fat ass when he says this to his audience. Do you guys know what is happening in the realm of food? Well, I'm sure your fat ass wife does. And then if you remember, last year on Jade's birthday, top tier rated Brian had to twist DSP's arm and force him to sing happy birthday to Jade. And Jade, one of his most loyal followers, says this: "DSP, can you ask Brian play with you last time in my birthday? Just ask." And apparently, DSP is done with top tier rated, as DSP responds with this.
Jade, for the record, sadly, that's not going to happen. I had to stop associating with that person because they kept trying to cause drama and drag me into drama, and I had enough. I warned them over and over. I'm not about drama. I don't want to be involved in it, and they just couldn't stay out. They basically became a drama queen, and I had enough, and that was that. So just so you know, that's not going to happen.
And the biggest drama that top tier rated Brian ever did was to tell DSP, ban DERICH, he's a sicko, get him out of here. And then DSP would tell the FGC, stop being pussies, I want to hear trash talking, don't be such pussies. And then top tier rated trash talked him in a friendly manner, and DSP blocked him immediately. Top tier rated, I didn't know saying I beat him in Street Fighter was causing drama. Laughed my ass off, whatever. And DSP thinks The Switch 2 is a failure, and things are not looking good. The console sucks, there's no games, it's a failure, it's not selling. They're running out of Switch 2s to buy, which is absolutely insane that he even thinks that. And you know what he did right after that? He hyped up that tomorrow on the Donkey Kong premiere on Switch 2, he's going to have a $20 special animation and sound effect. That is great marketing right there, Phil. Bash the system, bash the games, bash Nintendo, call them greedy fucks, all that stuff, and then say, oh, by the way, I'm playing the newest Nintendo game tomorrow. What a big brain with a business degree. And now we get the Wednesday. And we start off today with DSP telling an over-the-top story of how his laptop broke. And you can tell from the story, 1, Phil is fat. 2, there is way too many things in that office. And 3, this man loves to spend money.
My laptop is starting to have some major issues. Number 1, the touchpad isn't working well anymore, which sucks because that's how I control it. Like, I try to right-click, it barely right-clicks. So I think it's actually breaking. And this really sucks. I didn't tell you guys this, but about a few weeks ago, I was just walking through the office and somehow the corner of one of my shirts somehow, don't ask me how, caught on the end of the screen of my laptop. And it pulled the laptop off the laptop desk, and the laptop crashed down onto the legs of the laptop desk, and the screen is now damaged. The screen, number 1, I can't even get the laptop to close all the way anymore. I guess the hinge or the screen got bent, and the screen has damage to the right-hand side where it's all discolored because it smashed on the leg of the laptop stand. So it sucks because the laptop was fine, but you know, I've had it for now three, almost 4 years, I think. I want to say I got it. It was either 2021 or 2022. It's getting worn out. I'm thinking of maybe getting a replacement at some point. I don't need it right now.
Now, if you're wondering, why does DSP use 2 laptops and 2 PCs? And it's the dumbest reason ever. 1 is a gaming PC. 2, he streams off, and the 2 laptops are for each chat, to look at Kick and to look at YouTube and look at contributions, aka PayPal. And someone suggested to him, you don't have to get a new laptop, just get another monitor. And DSP didn't understand what he meant by that, and it went well over his head. So DSP's gonna spend more money and buy a new laptop when he doesn't need to. And at the same time, his income keeps going down. Smart plan, Mr. Business Major. And then DSP put up a poll, what the audience wants for the next DSP Tries It. But then DSP got upset because the option that he wanted was not winning. And he doesn't want Burger King, but his audience does. And he keeps telling them, I don't think it's gonna do well, dudes. Just let me pick it, dudes. What's the point of the poll then, Phil? How about you take the poll and shove it up your ass? And people kept asking DSP, do Korean barbecue or dim sum. And DSP said he can't do that because it won't be fresh. And Poems Past points out, none of your orders will be fresh through DoorDash. And then DSP goes on to say that dim sum is only good when you can open the container and have steam come out. Then DSP revealed him and his wife had dim sum in the mall a few weeks ago and said it's too expensive for DSP Tries It. Keep in mind, he charges people $1,500 to eat food, but says dim sum is too expensive. Make that make sense. And then DSP was even telling people he can't do dim sum because it's bad presentation.
It's usually like a little dumpling. Done. It's not like, oh, here's a burger. It's coming apart and you can see it. And you know, it's not like that. It's different. It's not as presentable.
The absolute bastard here called poutine slop. You son of a bitch. And then DSP played Death Stranding 2. Let's see how well it went. And keep in mind how much he smiles during the shower scene.
Now you're seeing the crew members in the hallway. How do you think Norman Reedus feels about everyone seeing him a million times in the shower in this game? I just pressed every button and he didn't crouch. So I don't know how to do it. Anyone remember? B is circle and he punches. Thumbstick? That's thumbstick. And this is thumbstick. Nothing. So no. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know how to do it. Crouching was important earlier in the game. Now I don't remember how to do it at all. Can't do it unless I crouch, and I don't know what button it is. I pressed every button and he won't do it. Look, this jumps. Holding. No, he just jumps. This is rest. This is punch. He doesn't crouch. Yeah, I can't do it. I don't know. R1. Okay, thank you.
And you'll never believe this, guys. Once again, Death Stranding 2 not bringing in the money. And you know what happens when support is low. It's time to beg like a bitch.
Let's get some support. Right now, we are at like $10 of support. Not even. We're at $7 of support. For $7, geez, here. Here you go. There's $7. An empty, devoid Seattle. That's what you get. For $7 of support. I've been streaming for an hour. Awful.
And then after 2 hours, he was only at $17. And we have Gamerface Gaming. I am my own boss, and I only have $17 for almost 2 hours of work. Where is my money? Oh yeah, I am my own boss. Now guys, please support this successful and independent business. If you don't pay me, I can't pay my employees myself. Do you think I run a charity in here? Now, we've all seen DSP in Bully fail so much at geography, but that was mostly European geography. Let's see how well he does with American geography.
We are in Kansas, and okay, we're in Kansas, and I think what we were going to try to do is get a job from Kansas and go upwards into Lincoln, Nebraska, or somewhere over there. See that? Because we haven't been there yet. We haven't been to Colorado. We haven't been to... Is this Montana? I'm not sure. Is that Montana? Isn't one of the Minnesota and one of the Montana? I don't know. I always get them confused. But yeah, what we want to do is keep heading north into a new state. So I was completely off. That was Wyoming. That was Montana. I think one of these is Minnesota, right? So...
And DSP, one of the weakest people on the planet, thinks he could put a dent into a Tesla Cybertruck by punching it. And it's funny how after 18 years, DSP still doesn't know how the algorithm works. So he started watching a bunch of wrestling videos from Maven, Devon Dudley, and Stevie Richards. So YouTube thinks, oh, you like these videos, you watched the whole thing, let's send you more. That's usually how the algorithm works. And DSP says it's annoying that all these videos are now going into his YouTube feed. 18 years on YouTube and still doesn't know what an algorithm is. Then we have Jade. DSP Gaming, I Go, Box, Lunch, and Hot Topic, and Anime Shop. Jade has more of life than DSP. And finally, Dunsfelter came back, cause he's a mod on Kick, and DSP is excited, cause now he can run polls for him. He doesn't have to manually do them. And he's gonna declare that everybody was worried about Dunsfelter since DSP came back, which is an absolute lie.
Dunsfelter's back. He says, I'm on a vacation, so I've been super busy, but I have some time to chill tonight. Well, it's good to have you back, Dunsfelter. Everyone's worried where you've been since I've been back. After my unexpected, week off, everyone's been wondering what happened to you because you haven't been here, and everyone's scared that you left or something. So it's good to have you back tonight.
And DSP, lying yet again, claims he got straight A's, but his computer science class, he got a C. What a lying bitch. And look at that, daily rap, 7 minutes, food, money, pre-begging for Donkey Kong and a $20 animation. What meaningful, robust content. And now, Thursday. As we get closer and closer to the end of DSP's streaming week. And remember when DSP said, parties are now watching, they're all documented, all the detractors, all the trolls. So apparently, DSP has been reaching out, not to real, actual, in real life lawyers, but YouTube lawyers.
Bob Starkey says, hey, Andrew, sorry it's off topic. I tagged you on Twitter regarding DSP wanting to create contracts with Restreamers. We'll love your taking it. I need to look at that because there's, I saw Billy Mitchell threatening to sue DSP. That would be a great one to talk about. And DSP has reached out to me personally, like behind the scenes. I just told him, hey, look, thanks for reaching out to me. I'm not the lawyer you need. I gave him some recommendations of a lawyer to contact. Obviously that can help him if he wants to start, suing people. DSP is a very interesting character on the internet. And I think there's going to be a long saga for DSP, including some legal battles. So look forward to that.
Now, one thing I want to point out is that smile on his face. He knows DSP is fucked. He has no case. And he knows DSP is going to spend a lot of money just to fuck himself over. And look who makes an appearance. Billy Mitchell. This made my morning. And it is now the premiere of Donkey Kong Bonanza. And DSP pins this, that for $20, there's a brand new animation. He is now pinning bags to his stream. And then I'm not going to play this whole thing, but this is about 4 minutes of DSP dead air. He looks at an email, gets absolutely spooked out, and his tone changes everything. Whatever was in this email absolutely scared the crap out of him. So there's something going on behind the scenes that DSP is dealing with that is making him lash out at detractors and trolls and threaten the lawsuits. And this is a common thing for people that are racist but refuse to acknowledge they're racist. It's the classic line, I can't be racist because I have blank friends.
I'm certainly not against it. You know what I mean? Like, I'm not anti-India or anything like that. I've been friends with many Indian people over time. I love Indian food, so maybe I would like it. I don't know.
And if you're wondering how things are going for DSP in Donkey Kong, look at this. Look at this. And we have this from Repsy, who shows the difference a month apart of how DSP thought about the banana song. And he always does this. He flip-flops. I don't know it. You're a fucking moron. That's a detractor meme. Oh, I love it. And then starts singing it. And then goes back to, it's a fucking meme, you fucking moron. And flip-flop, flip-flop. DSP today, DSP tomorrow.
$10 super chat from Nev. Since you're laying into it, you may as well use the duty. I really need that money track as your own. It would be hilarious. Yeah, see, I don't even know what that track is. I keep telling you guys, I don't watch detractor stuff. I don't know what that means. Just like the banana song from Donkey Kong 64. Listen, I'm not mentally stunted. I don't know what you're referencing, stupid. Normal people don't sit to a little song that I improv during an N64 Donkey Kong playthrough and play it back 17 times a day listening to it like you're a mentally challenged idiot. No one understands your memes because they're dumb. They're for dumb children mouth droolers, you fucking morons. I don't understand what you're saying because I'm not on your level. I'm up here. You're down here. I can't hear you. You're below me. I need banana, tasty banana. Is this the song? Is this the song from Donkey Kong? Because I never heard it before. All right. That was good. That's funny as hell. That's funny. That's funny. I like that. That's funny.
And look at this. This is the big animation that DSP is hyping up for $20. DSP thinks this is worth $20. Now we've seen Phil fail in Kirby, Zelda, Mario. Are you ready for him to fail in the brand new Donkey Kong? I don't think you're ready. Prepare yourself, because this, to me, is even worse than Kirby.
Again, please support the stream. All right, let's do it. Let's go. Hello everyone and welcome back. It is time for more Donkey Kong Bonanza. We are about to do, what are they calling it? When you find yourself going straight, use Y to accelerate. What? Huh? What do you mean? I don't understand. What the hell's going on? What? They explained nothing. What the hell was that? You're taking my coins when I die? I didn't even know that. It's the first time I died. Thanks for explaining nothing. Surf your way to the finish line. So why didn't they just say that? Wow, that's really stupid. Why did they just say that? How do you surf? I don't know how to surf. I don't know how to turf surf. I don't think I have turf surf, do I? I don't think I have turf surf. How do you turf surf? I don't know how to do it. Okay, here we go. It was left trigger. Oh, what are you doing? Why did he run off the side? He did that by himself. I didn't do that. That was weird. Okay. What's up, Lightning Drake? How you doing? What happened? What the? Sure. I thought you could turf surf on the thorns. I guess not. Typically, they would explain a new game mechanic, but I guess not. What happened? Why did it break? I'm dead now. I don't understand what's going on. It's breaking instantly, and then I'm failing. Why didn't it say you were supposed to do it on there? No, I didn't. You couldn't even stop yourself and you leave. I didn't even get the banana. You can definitely tell different parts of the team worked on different parts. This is not the people who worked on other parts. You know it, you know it's not. It's like, this is so different, and it's not it's poorly done compared to some of the other things you've done in the game. Why is it never explained? Why you gotta figure it out for yourself? Like, what? I jumped. I pressed jump. Why did I lose it? I have no idea why I lost it. Dude, this is bad. It's dumb. Why did it magically lose the rock? Jump. Didn't jump. I pressed it. He didn't jump. Now I'm dead. Yep. Awful. Oh my God. So you can throw it when you're riding it. Why would you want to throw it while you're riding it, ever? Why would you want to do that? Obviously, the reason that you're on it is because you're trying to survive. Why would you ever want the ability to throw it? It's incredibly stupid. What? Dude, I lightly accidentally tapped the right trigger on this emote, or excuse me, on this, Can I just restart? I accidentally lightly tapped it and he throws it. It's dumb as shit. Here, just kill yourself. Like, why would I ever want to throw it? Never. I would never press that. But it's, like, sensitive as hell, so I accidentally throw it when I'm trying to do the platforming. I couldn't stop the momentum. I couldn't turn. And then he grabbed it. Even though I pressed the left trigger that time, he still grabbed it. Okay, I don't have to hold. See, I thought you had to hold left trigger. You don't. You just tap it. I didn't know that because the mechanic's never been explained. So I didn't know how to do it. Now I know you don't have to do it. You don't have to hold it. You just tap it. All right. So now I won't even touch. I won't touch the triggers at all. Okay. Seriously. I can't get off! I couldn't stop! Are you kidding me? They gave me 2 bananas, but there's no way to stop your momentum and you just die anyway. I gotta retry, even though I finished it. I have to do it again. Like I said, different parts of the team made different parts of the game. This is a horribly designed part of the game. The rest of the game has been great. This is awful garbage. So how the hell do I stop my momentum? ZL? But ZL makes you throw it. Jump? Okay. Okay, ZL just makes you pick it up. Alright.
And DSP on the first stream was able to get $179. with everything minus $30 coming from the pre-stream. So he was saying how happy he is with Donkey Kong. It's great, it's innovative, it's amazing, he's glad he played it. However, the night stream is a different story. The money was not coming in on the night stream, and he stops the game because he only has $4 so far and tells people, you better start paying or this game is gone. That is right. The threat of a wage quit on day one already here. And now when the money's not coming in, he's bored. People are complaining. Attendance is low. No one's talking. What's going on? Everybody's bored of the game. And DSP was getting so pissed off. He hates this game with a passion because he's not getting the money he thinks he deserves. But that wasn't the only thing that was pissing off DSP. Because originally, Jade wanted DSP to play Mario Kart on Jade's birthday, but then changed his mind. And DSP says that's just frustrating. What a fucking asshole. Then we have Dick Stroke and Phil Vlogs. Saw this being posted before. I can't help to imagine DSP, age 60, bringing back Ask the King. And we see a South Park style animation of DSP. Then we have Baldo Bull. And we see Kat and Phil with the Switch. And this is titled Italian Gothic. And it's time to wage quit Donkey Kong. He's saying he's not playing this. He's changing the schedule because originally he's supposed to play this tomorrow, Friday, on the day stream. And he's saying, we didn't hit the goal. I'm not playing this. He straight up says that. He's not even hiding it anymore with support and momentum. He just says straight up, we didn't hit the goal. I'm not playing this. So another children's game that DSP has wage quit.
Okay. So we will continue with Donkey Kong Bonanza. We'll go from here. There is a lot to do here already. As you saw, already we found 1 million items, and there's more coming. So, full day of Donkey Kong was exhausting, to be honest. So, thank you guys for watching. I'll see you next time for more Donkey Kong Bonanza. Alright. So, guys, here's the deal. Number one, I'm exhausted playing this all day. And number two, we didn't hit the support goal tonight. So, I'm not playing this again tomorrow. I'm not. I'm changing my mind. Tomorrow, instead, I'm going to do GTA 4 with mods again. Because GTA 4 with mods has been a tried and true favorite. Everyone's been showing up and engaging and supporting with it. So we're going to do that tomorrow, okay? We will play this, but it'll be later. It'll be next week. All right?
And this is what DSP considers a failure of a stream. $89. If it's not $150 at least, it's gone. Any game that gets below $150, ban, gone forever. And look at that daily rap where he complained about money in Donkey Kong and how you didn't give him money, it's gone. And saying how exhausted he was from playing it all day. Imagine that. Playing a children's game twice a day. Exhausting work. What a loser. And now, Friday. Let's see how the week ended for DSP. And the very first thing we see is Review Bra, who beat DSP to the punch, trying out the brand new Burger King Brisket Whopper. Damn you, Review Bra, I inspired you, you son of a bitch. And DSP always says he can't change the schedule, he has to stick to it, but he's also constantly changing the schedule, which conflicts with what he says. And we have this in the pre-stream. Why make a schedule if you keep changing it? One of my favorite things about this stream was the consistency, and that has been shot recently. And of course, DSP has to respond to this. Shut up, LOL, whiny baby. And look at this. Premiere day, day one. Look at all those high day one views, dude. It's almost like nobody cares about your on-demand videos, and nobody cares about you playing Nintendo games, because you always shit all over Nintendo. And now DSP is gonna tell the biggest lie he's ever told right now.
Would I ever wear a baldo? No, because my penis actually works. So I don't need one.
And then I pointed this out. Outside of one video getting 1K views, and one video getting 800 views, no video even comes close to 1K views. Remember guys, 18 years of success, and this is over the past 3 days. And of course, because the night stream did not hit the goal while playing Donkey Kong, DSP is now holding it hostage, saying he's quitting, it's done, people don't want to support it. And then he goes on a huge rant about Nintendo, Disney, and Apple. And he goes on about how Nintendo are fucking morons, they don't know what they're doing, they lost their way. And of course, attacking the fanboys of Nintendo. Remember, at the same time, right after this whole rant, he's gonna promote that he's playing Donkey Kong the next week. Then even getting delusional and saying Breath of the Wild was not much of a system seller. Then we have that being said, in its first year, Nintendo Switch sold roughly 10 million units of The Legend of Zelda Breath of the Wild and was a massive success and contributed significantly to the Switch's overall sales figures. And he's going on and on about how Nintendo doesn't know how to run a business, but he does. He knows the inside scoops, and they should be listening to him of how to save their business. And while he's shitting all over Nintendo, shitting all over Donkey Kong, he's now telling you for $20 on games outside of Donkey Kong and Nintendo, you can still see his banana animation. Then goes on to compare Nintendo and Apple, saying that Nintendo is trying hard to be elitist, just like Apple, but Apple fell off. Nobody really cares about Apple anymore. And then told people Nintendo is making bad games on purpose to make people feel special and boost artificial scarcity. And on the first stream, DSP loved Donkey Kong because it hit the goal. The second stream, it did not hit the goal, and all of a sudden, Nintendo has no idea what they're doing, and he's rethought his opinion. Imagine that, when you don't get the money you want, your opinion gets rethought. And then says Nintendo is bad because he, DSP, is a grown mature adult, and everyone else is just a fanboy or a child. Phil, it's almost like the Nintendo Switch 2 is designed and marketed towards children, just saying. And then he went extra delusional, saying everyone is done with Mario Kart, saying like the entire internet, because its online sucks, and now everyone is done with DK Donkey Kong. Remember, this is day 2, because it is an extremely boring game, and you're done with it in 3 hours. Even though every single review I've seen has been positive and glowing. Then a quote from DSP, look at Apple with the earbuds. And then we see a poster for Airbud, the dog that plays basketball. I think there was also a football movie with him, and also a wrestling movie too. And now DSP is taking away your choice for DSP Tries It. So the next time he hits a goal, he is going to pick your reward for DSP Tries It. That is right. Give him $1,500 and he tells you what he's going to eat, and you have no choice in the matter. And what does he want? He wants local stuff that him and his wife found looking online. So now it's time to look at GTA 4 with mods and see how well it went for DSP. Just remember, he canceled Donkey Kong so he could play GTA 4.
Welcome to Mama's Little Show. Yeah, play it out, play it. Al's a fine piano player. Pre-recorded because his union got a little mouthy and greedy, so we sing to his CD now. But I still feel like he's here in spirit. I have a little song I want to share with you. It's about something that's happened to us all. No, I'm not talking about getting sandwiched by 2 Lebanese train porters in the caboose. No, I'm talking about losing your baby.
What?
You know, they get picked up by a stranger on the way to go to school, and then you grab a bottle of gin down from the dusty cupboard where you put it, and you wake up in the sterile belly of a spaceship.
What?
And a man comes over and looks like your father. And you realize that day your dad disappeared, he didn't leave your mom for the fat bitch at the gas station. He was abducted.
What?
And your captors put you down in a farm field late at night somewhere in Iowa. And they painted patterns in the corn.
Of course.
And the crickets are singing, and the cows baying in the distance.
Yes.
And your backside hurts something fierce from the probing. Woo! And the Holy Ghost is there too. Man, the Lord has a ghost. And there's a girl on a swing set, and you go push her off the swing. And you know what? We're all that little girl sometimes.
That's right.
Sometimes life pushes you off the swing, or makes you a little girl, even when you're a little boy.
What?
Well, that's all I've got time for tonight. I love you all.
Huh?
Thank you so much. Good night.
What? Me? An alien abduction thing. Sure, whatever you say. All right, guys. So thank you for the support. Less than 50 bucks to go. Can we get? Are we seriously gonna go the entire stream without a single sub on Kick? Is this for real? No support from Kick at all today. Zero. Not even a singular subscription on Kick. Are you for real? It's funny over on Kick. They seem to like my new emotes that I added for them. That they're okay with me giving them stuff. But reciprocating, no. No. Not on Kick. I called you poor. I did, you're right. You must be. If you can't gift a single sub, you gotta be poor. Thanks for chilling, and I'll see you soon. Okay. Alrighty, everyone. Well, this is it. I gotta get out of here. So, if we're gonna hit the goal, we gotta hit it right now. We're at 120 bucks. I can't imagine why we wouldn't be hitting the goal. We've been hitting it every single time for this game, and you guys have loved it. I mean, I'm having a great time with it, right? So, will we hit the goal, or what? We're right there. Again, if we had more than one sub on Kick, we would have hit the goal much earlier today. That's why we've always actually hit the goal playing this game, is because people had been supporting.
And guess what, guys? He did not hit the goal. He canceled Donkey Kong to play GTA 4 instead and miss the goal. How funny is that? Then we have a picture here of Hulk Hogan holding DSP. And it's that time again. And you know, on Friday nights, DSP does fighting games. Every single week, toxic, excuses, lag. It's all the same. Let's just enjoy it together.
Bro, you mash buttons and lag, and you get it because you're playing a fucking shitty rollback netcode. Awful fucking player. Unreal. What is wrong with modern fighting game players is how they play. Duh! Oh, it'll go through his combo.
Be a match to remember.
Fucking retarded. This guy is fucking retarded. That's not what I did. I did level 2 super. Dude, stop dropping inputs. It dropped so many fucking inputs, so he gets away with button mashing over and over. It's so bad. The gameplay is fucking terrible. He's a shitty fucking frame abuser in lag. Couldn't do anything. Still can't do anything. Dropping frames. So unreal, such bullshit. 100% lag player. This guy is terrible offline. He wouldn't get a hit on offline. Seriously. That's how bad he is. Can't block. Almost didn't block there. What happened? Finally got a move to come out. It took so long because he's just mashing buttons and lag. I'm gonna keep mashing this jab and hope it hits. That works. I'm telling you, when you play rollback netcode, mashing works. It favors the scrub. It favors the dunce who goes, duh. They will get their jab a million times. You'll do the reversal over and over. You won't get the reversal. You'll time it perfectly every time and they won't give it to you. I timed that super 5 fucking times. It gave it to me on the 5th fucking attempt because the fucking lag's so bad. Terrible gameplay. bullshit. Look at that nonsense. Are you kidding me? In the middle of my combo. Now I can't move. I can't do anything. I can't do anything. Dude, in the middle of me doing a guaranteed 4-hit combo, he mashes buttons and gets random Dragon Punch into super. Then he mashes buttons in the lag in the corner and the game doesn't respond and he gets hit. Fucking awful, abysmal fucking player. This guy is doo-doo stuck on the bottom of my fucking sneaker. He's garbage. He's a masher in lag. His connection sucks shit and he only gets hits because he's a fucking online button masher who abuses the fucking lag. All these players who play this shit online are awful. I haven't played a good one tonight at all. They're all trash. They're fucking button pushing, lag abusing pieces of garbage. What the fuck, dude? Button fucking pusher USA. Awful fucking player right here. Seriously. Awful. Fishing for garbage.
This is gonna be a match to remember. Fight!
So throughout the week, DSP keeps getting these emails that changes his mood, makes him mad, makes him sad, absolutely looks like it's destroying him, and he slips a little bit here and says one of the emails he keeps getting is from his condo.
Sorry, just another. There's been a bunch of emails coming out recently about stuff going on in my area, like news stuff and my condo association and stuff. And I keep getting, I read them, I'm like, I'm not involved in any of it. I read it like, what the hell?
And guys, you're never gonna believe this. The dent of the night during a fighting game was Jax Raxer. I know, I'm shocked too, as he gave $50 towards the goal. And now DSP is counting stuff he gets off stream now, because he said someone donated 5 kick subs after he went offline on the GTA stream. So guess what he does? He counts it towards the goal of the stream that ended, just so he can add another goal to the total. It's like the anonymous tips all over again. And then we had the YouTube channel, Interesting Stuff from Around the World, who did a DSP documentary on the Kino Casino arc. Now he did skip over some stuff like DERICH and a few things he got wrong, especially with PWR, but it's a really, really good documentary. I'm going to show you a snippet here. Go to their channel, watch the whole thing, sub to the channel.
Internet legend, dark side, Phil.
So guys, this is it. Last chance. Unless you contribute in the next 5 minutes, the streak is legit dead.
Phil has become best known for the time he accidentally recorded himself making love to Madame Palm and her 5 lovely daughters before a live stream started. He mostly just laughs at jokes told by the other host, who is known as PPP. Real name Ashton Parks, he is known for once flashing his chocolate starfish on a live stream, and for being a rather large man.
I'm fat.
ViewTech USA, real name Richard, is again a once successful YouTuber, who has had a self-induced meltdown to become an internet LOLCOW, selling his dignity for a fistful of dollars. In a world where we are taught to savour everyone else's failure, Richard has tried to jump aboard the gravy train and now attempts to make fun of LOLCOWs, seemingly unaware that he is one himself. To add to the delusion, he even has a button that he presses to simulate an adoring live studio audience.
I'm sure that's just a little bit of a coincidence. I'm sure there's nothing else going on that would make you actually reach out to me.
Lead. The hunter becomes the hunted.
DSP then revealed a shocking twist to the story that no one saw coming, a way to truly slay his enemies from which there would be no return. He produced a briefcase from under his desk, and inside the case were some poker chips and a photo of Richard's head that had been neatly cut out, showing the attention to detail that only a serial killer can possess. Sadly, they were both muted, so we were just left to admire ReviewTech USA's background of Bill Gates with a bird for some reason. Not after the best start, but these problems were fixed in due course, and the big moment came. Philip Brunel unveiled his master plan, a plan so ahead of its time that most mere mortals can't even comprehend it, a plan so advanced that a human brain can barely even begin to perceive the intricate web of deceit, a plan so intelligent that it seems almost unbelievable. So Phil compares himself to a king snake, a snake that he claims tricks other creatures into its den before devouring them. He then produces a briefcase from under his desk. Inside this briefcase were some poker chips and a photo of the host hosts of Kino Casino shirtless. He then declares that every time he exposes them and proves that this was all part of his master plan, he is going to take some chips from the case. Phil's 4D chess narrative had immediately backfired in his face, but he was unfazed to continue to lay out the details of his master plan, which included lying to the Kino Casino about his wife having cancer, his mum being sick, and his pet rabbit being on death's door. He claims that he told these lies in order to get out of doing live streams with Kino Casino.
But the point I'm making here
Thanks for the support,
is
man.
I basically manipulated them as much as I could to make them do what I wanted. I got what I wanted. And then when I knew they were going to eventually turn on me, because we all knew that from the get-go, right? We knew they were going to turn.
That's kind of just gross too, Phil. You would say that your family members were sick to get out of doing things with them.
Oh, it's,
You know?
no. It's not to get out of doing things with them. It's to basically have a way to make them believe that everything I'm saying is true. Because no one is going to think that someone's going to just pull it out of their ass. But to be the snake, you have to be the better snake, Rich. It's the only way to do it.
How do you do so? You're trying to tell me to believe that for the past 8 months, when you were sitting there gifting them subs, simping for them like hours upon hours on end, trying to get them to pay attention to you, like they were Beavis and Butthead and you were Stewart, that this was all some big plan to get vengeance on people that if you never affiliated with, you would be in a better position than you are now.
Yes!
Ding, 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 ding.
Preach it, Rich! It's so true. He would have been better off had he never got himself involved with us in the first place. He would have been.
And that's how the week ended for DSP. If you like that, click that like, share the video, leave a comment below, hit subscribe. Subscribe my other channels on the details of the end cards. And as always, I love each and every one of you. Hope you're all safe, healthy, and happy. Peace and love.